what society slash the internet says men and women value in a partner versus the reality. So I feel like there's definitely discrepancies between a lot a man is and what's a high value and low value and the beta and the da 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 and all that. Um, versus the reality, what's actually happening, what's taking place. You know, you hear like growing up, um, a lot of what the world tells you what a man wants or what a woman wants versus when you get out in reality and figure out what they really want and what they really ask for is it's totally different. You know, the world will tell you, you know, a man wants a woman who is, you know, the caretaker, the provider, you know, oh, not necessarily provider, the caretaker, the nurturer, the, you know, you know, uh, feminine and, you know, attractive and loyal and, you know, respect and this, that, third. And, um, that's what the world, society would tell you a woman should be. Then a man, they say, well, a man should be the provider, the protector, the, make this amount of money and, um, go to school, go get a job. Um, that's pretty much what the world tells you. And then you get out into reality, you get out into the work world, and it's totally different. You know, women are, you know, asking for totally different things. They're not necessarily wanting the things that that the world has projected onto them to say, well, this is what what I'm saying a man should be like. Um, no, we want a, a good guy and da da da, and then the reality is different. You know, um, you find out well what she really wants is to be treated this way. What she doesn't necessarily um, want you know somebody to lead her. Maybe um, she doesn't want uh, to be you know tied down to just one man or all of the things that were projected to say this is what a woman wants versus what's happening is different and vice versa. Women are walking around with false agendas as to what this is what a man is supposed to be like and a man's supposed to do this, a man's supposed to do that. um you know totally different. So um I think when it comes to uh a lot of the perceptions and the stereotypes, they're not making that connection. It's a lot of misleading, um, a lot of lying, um, versus what's being said and what's happening. Uh, that's how, you know, a lot of it when it comes to um, when you, for instance, you might have a woman, you know, they say that, okay, she wants this, you know, these qualities that subject for a good man, right? But she, in reality, is messing with, as they like to say, a Pookie and a Ray Ray, right? A guy who's not really all too qualified, you know, for you know, in terms of, you know, certain qualities and traits, you know. And to me, that just speaks to the fact, like, you know, some women, or a lot of women, you know, especially with, you know, the feminism and, you know, just how things are. It's like a lot of women want to, you know, lead the relationship or be, you know, the leader of the relationship. So a lot of the times they'll have, let's say, two options. You have, you know, for the sake of conversation and layman's term, you have a Pookie and a Ray Ray, as they say, or the hood dude or whatever, like, right? And then you have the quote unquote good guy or whatever, the healthy guy or whatever. So society's like, okay, you know, you should get with the good guy, the guy who has these things, right? That the society says you should, you know, be with and all that. But the reality is that she goes to the Pookie and the Ray Ray. And the reason for that is, for a lot of women, and a lot of the times they not, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to say it, you know what I'm saying. The real reason for why they do is like they may feel they may feel bad, back to what I said about women, what women despise, but they may feel bad in the relationship with the good guy because she may not meet certain standards and expectations that the good guy wants. You know what I'm saying? And with Pookie and Ray Ray, or the hood dude or whatever, she doesn't have to meet these certain standards. She can just show up, and her presence alone, and that'll be enough. You know, give him some sex, and that'd be about it. Like, that's all she gotta do in that relationship. She don't gotta meet no standards. She ain't gotta do any of that. You know what I'm saying? Because Pookie ain't gonna. He just wants some sex and attention, at best. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of the times females will mistake that for, you know, value. Like, this guy really loves me and this, that, and the third. Um, you know, and so they'll end up, you know, in real times, you know, having babies with this dude, and you know, all that, right? And you know, have a child, then he can't support the child. He don't got the means to support the child, take care of the child, even take care of her. So now she's, you know, got two kids by this one dude, you know, and you know, who's essentially a liability, you know, to for her and the kids. And so, you know, that's what she wanted, because she didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, she wanted to settle, and she wanted to feel, you know, feel good about herself. Um, you know, settling for, you know, for low, you know what I'm saying, for just not, you know, selling for this dude. And so you see that happen. I've seen that happen a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of women make that mistake. You know what I'm saying? But in most cases, it just takes them to, make a couple changes. But again, a lot of women don't want to feel bad and don't want to take the accountability and all that type of stuff to make that changes. Because being with the Pookie and Raymond, she sees how messed up situation he's in. It's like, okay, at least I'm not in his situation. I'm doing better than him, and I'm doing better than him. You know what I'm saying? So she feels like she has the quote unquote upper hand or whatever in the relationship, and that's how a lot of people operate. I've come to notice and realize, try to like you know want to have people being in worser positions than them or something like that, like for their like self-esteem or something. Like it's just kind of funny to me. But uh, I think I think that's what ends up happening a lot of the times, and then in due time, maybe it's too late, or maybe she still has a chance, but you know, she might come try to mess with the guy that she should have been messing with. But maybe he's married or he's doing, he doesn't want her, no, want to mess with her no more. Um, but the real key to all of this is just, you know, making them changes internally, um, doing the internal work, growing, as a person, and then being able to attract different. Because the reality is that these people, women and even men, they don't want to attract these, lower vibrational, you know what I'm saying? But they need to understand that's an internal thing. Like you got to do the internal work so that you can attract at a higher, you know what I'm saying, at a higher grade, and I'm also speaking from my own experience, you know what I'm saying? Um, doing just a lot of self reflection, working on myself, um, realizing things, seeing things that I did right and wrong, in relationships. You can't see that when you just always so occupied with dealing with somebody, whether it's a man or a woman. You always involved with women all the time. You're never going to be able to see the things you do wrong when you're dealing with women. There's a long break of time. I had to just focus on just me and what I was, what I'm saying. I couldn't give my time and attention to women, females no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to get my, what I'm saying, my mind right, get myself straight, see what, what I'm saying, be able to observe myself, what I'm saying, fully. You feel me? And I couldn't do that if I'm just gonna always be, involved with women all the time. I gotta take some kind of break to really reflect on myself, and see where I could grow, see where I could, you know, do things better. You know what I'm saying? With women, like in relationships, like that's the stuff that people don't like to do, especially women. Especially when women, as soon as one break up, or they don't want to talk to this one guy, it's like boom, I'm on to the next one. Then when this goes wrong, on to the next. This is this. So it's no time to ever really do any deep dive within yourself as to what, why am I having the same kind of issues and problems that I'm having with my relationships with men or women. You know what I'm saying? What's what's the thing? You know what I'm saying? You don't even give yourself time to kind of sit back and just, you know, reflect on yourself. You know what I'm saying? It was a time I had to, like I said, man, I had to take time away from women and just grind on me and, you know, do some internal stuff with myself. You know what I'm saying? Get me right. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, it's only beneficial for them because it's like if I get better, then that's only better for the woman. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm better. I'm in a better, you know what I'm saying, position. I'm in a better situation. You know what I'm saying? So it can only be beneficial. You know what I'm saying? But um, like I said, it takes that work. But yeah, um, that's it's a lot of discrepancies. You know what I'm saying? Versus especially on the in, on the internet and the Instagram and the TikToks and all that, seeing the podcasts and all that. What women want, what this men want, this, and then you see the reality and it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this is just an explanation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.